shield first.
That's true.
And they had to know where the shrine was located. Two very essential skills.
Yeah.
Right next to the secret shop.
That's right, where they bought the shield. Making it easy on those poor off players. But times have changed. It's a hard job now.
Yeah.
Get some love.
Indeed. We are about ready for game number 2, but looking at game number 2, we already mentioned that this wasn't a drafting issue per se.
It was just a weird game 1 draft from both sides. You know, Shaman, Clinks opener, Zeus picks. I think when we saw the game play out a bit, we could see maybe some of the weaknesses of the coL draft. I think their early game should have been a lot stronger. Like when you lose the lanes how they did, when they were meant to have stronger lanes, can't really say, oh, they lost because of draft, because they were meant to have a stronger lane.
So how do you prevent that? What do you do in the second game?
Trying to not pick so crazy, you know?
Yeah.
They definitely, every game really counts in this series to make it to the finals, because there's only so many teams. So, yeah. Let's see some old classics. Let's see some less Abaddon complexity, baby. Bring us back to things that you're comfortable with. I think they tried to outthink that draft a little touch, and it came to bite them in the booty. So
go back to your roots.
Let's go with complexity roots. They've won the craziest games just playing stuff that they know that they can play.
All right, well, let's figure out if they are going to try that this game. The draft is ready, so let's head over to the war room.
The clown room.
Clown room.
Clown room.
Sorry,
Jakiro actually makes it through this time.
Jakiro is back in. So we saw the guys from Complexity do this a couple of times yesterday.
Yeah, I was banned out the last series in the first 2.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then I grabbed out, I thought they actually might go for Bristle if Jakiro was banned, but tanking might be a possibility for Thunderbirds unless they go for some complete change-up thing.
Interesting that Thunderbirds actually ban out Moose Razor as well.
Oh, yeah, they're trying stuff.
Oh,
hell yeah.
My goodness.
This is hype.
What's worse, Gyrocopter or Zeus? I mean, you would say Zeus is what you think.
Gyrocopter got buffed.
I mean, he did,
Slightly.
but after being nerfed right into the bottom of the center of the earth, into the crates, into the molten lava, and now he's starting to climb his way back up through the lower levels of the core.
The thing is about Gyro is that he got buffed in
deep.
in the last 2 kind of patches, so he's gotten a lot stronger because of the neutral
buffs,
stacking.
though.
But the neutral stacking is a huge buff for that hero.
I want to see some jungle Gyro.
I need some help. I can't find
I'm
anything.
We lost the Gyro.
I don't know where Gyro is.
He's back a few patches.
He's back a few patches.
Last time people were playing Gyro, they were experimenting with the Ags Rush first Gyro. That and be the
Little
first
side gunner,
item.
yeah.
Get side gunner to quicken the farm.
I mean, Gyro Warlock, that combo is pretty strong. Fatal Bonds and Flat Cannons, pretty nice. You know, you get a bit. Once you got 1 damage item, suddenly the team fight is incredibly scary just with those 2 heroes.
It's very good for fighting early, like fighting for those tier 1 towers when Jakiro's trying to push them. The Warlock can come in, Gyro TPs after like the rockets drop down, and with Fatal Bonds, like call down plus Fatal Bonds and Rock is very lethal. But that being said, Lifestealer it also used to be one of the picks that would be very good versus Gyrocopter.
Yeah, it's
just
so
get
good in the early stages. Like, the Gyro's going to need a few items before he can turn up to a fight where a Lifestealer is. Unless, you know, depending on what Thunderbirds pick around him. I mean, they've already got the Shadow Word heal from the Warlock, but I feel like with that Lifestealer in question, they may need to pick a little more to keep Gyro safe in these fights. Maybe even the Shaker again, you know, gets someone that's got some sort of spell to hold back these heroes and split them apart.
So look, yeah, definitely for something to help control the Lifestealer. The Batrider is still very good, I think. They've even banned the Nyx, which to me suggests they are likely eyeing that off as a option to pierce the BKB of the Lifestealer.
What about the Bane for Thunderbirds?
Bane's more of a 5 position. I think it overlaps too much with the Warlock.
Yeah,
I do like I think the Batrider is super appropriate, but I think that being said, they might just still pick it here, but they are experimenting, right? Like this is a completely different opening than the last time, so they're definitely trying stuff out. I can't look at myself on the camera.
Hey, you know what would be great if Thunderbirds themselves, if they play Zeus. I know they probably won't. If they pick the Zeus and say we can win with the Zeus and the Gyro on our team.
Show how it's done. Yeah.
I mean, if they lost, why would you even play anymore?
I mean, there's pretty much no way they do it because there's a Lifesteal and it doesn't really make any sense to pick a Zeus against that.
Get some Wind Ranger in here.
Wind Ranger.
Wind Ranger against the Lifestealer.
I mean, that is the ultimate
We Are
challenge.
loves it. He loves the Wind Ranger.
He does.
I'd like to see the Weehaw mid Skyroth Mage come back. That's what I'm waiting for. He's got some buffs. Level 20's now even better.
Nice. Nice one here for now.
Well, there we go. I guess that is a bit of a way to keep the Lifestealer off the Gyro with the bashes and such. Makes it hard for the Lifestealer to really lock down on the target.
Yeah, gives that little slight increased movement speed as well from the Empowering Haste aura.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Like that.
It's a good BKB piercing disable to stop through the rage though as well.
Yeah.
This one will probably still be. I'll probably be Misery playing this though.
Oh, we still need a delivery vehicle for our lifestealer friend.
We do. I guess, yeah, the Spirit Break as well is sort of a pick to take away from complexity in that sense as well. That's a good point.
Next band out.
Yep.
No Spirit Breaker.
Slardar
Puck
gone.
sounds pretty good.
I
Very
don't
good
know,
versus Spirit
do we know
Breaker,
what else
avoiding the
Fero's good
ganks.
on? As I said, I remember him being good on the Invoker, but I can't quite remember what else he did play back in the qualifiers when he was...
Some TA.
Who was he playing with? He was playing with Wanted, wasn't it? No.
With Bears.
Bears.
Oh, with Bears.
He had a really good Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
And I think you want to go look at all those secondary like core heroes with lifesteal, like the Shadow Fiend, the TAs, because you want that secondary carry to go with him.
Yeah, TA could certainly be good. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, there's your Vessel. There's your Burst.
They could also
TA and a
go
Lifestealer
for,
jumping on a Jara. Jara's dead.
Oh, yeah.
They could still have a chance for Batrider. I know Melons likes to play Jakiro on the offlane as well, but...
That's one delivery kind of system.
Yeah. Or Spirit.
Z-Freak still really likes to play Yo Spirit.
Pretty good against charge. It's like a pretty reliable way of cancelling the charge in.
Yeah. Good at getting like into the back lines as well versus a Warlock.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, Thunderbirds.
5
Let's-
seconds
They're going to big Zen
remaining.
crazy. What's a crazy
I wanna see
hero?
some crazy.
Slacks?
Crazy Core.
I still think it could be the Bat Rider, but
I'd love to see, talking crazy, get Weehar on the mid-Marana, build the Ags, you've got the Warlock, let's go for that again. That full-on...
But that's
Kind of
not
team
new.
fight.
That's basically... using
Yeah,
old
but
stuff.
it's not new, it's just bad.
What's Moon thinking right now? What's he telling Misery to pick him? He's probably saying something.
like
me-
Tide Hunter.
Let me
Yeah,
play
that's
Tide.
right.
Let me play Tide.
He's thinking
Got
Tide
my-
too, right? I was actually legit thinking, like, does he want like a Tide? He wants something that can just go to lane and actually like run at the lifesteal and start right-clicking him, so he can have like a strong
I'll
level
tell you
one.
what could be, maybe the Centaur. You've got good presence in lane and you've got a way of getting the Gyro away from the lifesteal again, kiting up the lifestealer in the team fights.
Yeah.
Getting them in position. Could be nice. Legion Commander. Is that still there? Legion Commander is still there. There you go. Something again, a lockdown on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer can't do anything about the Gyro if he's having to, being forced to fight the Legion.
Depress the attack is also super good versus Lifestealer and Earth Spirit, just to remove all the disables off the Gyrocopter. Yeah, it could be a possibility. See what they want to go for here. We've got options.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still quite a few offlaners in the pool. Considering the bans.
Which unorthodox ones are they going to try
Which
out?
weird ones? I mean,
I'm
Or
still just
how
going-
crazy
I'm
do you
still
want to
just
go
doing
with
the
your
Tide.
draft, right?
the Tide.
You want to try one crazy hero at a time so that you know if that one works or not, or you just want to go all in crazy?
Hey, there's, well, I guess that's your offlaner, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you have it. So
that
we will
crazy.
have the Omni. So nothing too crazy there, really.
Yeah, a little maybe slightly experimental for Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
But yeah, not like a crazy outlandish
Yeah.
pick.
Oh, yeah,
What happened
Omni's
to Omni?
kind of broken.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's kind of broken.
What
Oh,
happened?
It's like falling out. It's still fine.
he's okay.
He's fine.
Fixable.
Rough times there, Omni.
5 seconds.
Omni's just really good versus all the heroes on
Yeah, he's
complexity. So
super
I mean,
good. I mean, the Lifestealer is going to have a pretty tough game now.
Reserve
Omni
time.
Knight and Spirit Breaker, two heroes that Lifestealer says nope to.
Gyro is a hero that you kind of like, you need BKB a lot of times early, but you never want to build it early, and Omni kind of gets you that potential for it, just being able to like throw repel on him.
What do they get Weehar, though? Something fun on Weehar.
Got options.
Yes. Wind Ranger. You can do it.
Yay!
Slacks.
The return of the
Slacks.
Wind Ranger.
Oh boy. Nah,
yeah.
I was a big Thunderbirds fan, back in the day, and they only like to pick Wind Ranger on their elimination games in the big tournaments, just as a quick, easy, we've lost this for no reason pick. So, yeah, we won't be seeing it on these games that aren't too important yet. As soon as it comes down to the wire, though, they will throw in the Wind Ranger and throw.
I just noticed the Train Protector got banned out in the third and fourth bans.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it was very
Oh,
late.
it was
left
very
in.
late ban out.
Why do these teams not like Bristleback?
I had grabbed it initially too. I thought that Complexity really likes to play it with like coDL is the one thing though.
Oh,
so.
it's back.
Ooh,
We saw
man.
Chessie do it yesterday. It looks like it's probably going to be Fero doing it this time. So we'll see how well he can have it. I mean, I guess they could still do like a Swindles offlane, Magnus and Jakira's the spot, but I think it's most likely they do it mid.
They
still
won them the game yesterday, so we'll
Certainly
see.
did. They were super smart too. They used it against the Omni Knight, and there was seldom an RP without the
5
Omni Knight
seconds
in the
remaining.
middle of it
Yep.
dying first.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're very strategic and surgical with that.
Reserve
I don't know
time.
though. This time they're up against a Warlock who's great against that initiation with a counter initiation,
Turn
big
to
ol'
ban.
ultimate to mess it up. So
I agree with Slacks.
Don't sound so surprised.
all right.
I wasn't. Maybe I was.
An interesting last ban out is the Shadow Shaman, huh? Shaman, that good against Thunderbirds lineup? Just 2 hexes and a little bit of push.
They're expecting, like, kind of cheesy as push strat with, like, a core Jakiro if they're banning a Shaman.
Well, we saw yesterday, right? Melons does like to play Jakiro off lane, so I guess it is still very much open though with the Storm Spirit ban last.
Storm ban? I mean, Complexity do not have the best control for a hero like Storm. Unreliable stuns in Earth Spirit, Ice Path, like these are not guaranteed stuns.
Yeah, it would be nice for them to just grab a nice, easy stun so that everybody else can follow up right. One of them nice standard Q stuns, Sheaves.
5 seconds remaining.
Stuns always on the Q. I feel like most stuns are Qs.
But yeah, Ice Path is not W.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
But that's not a Q. That's not a select a hero stun. That's not your standard Q.
There's a Jimmy hero that's left.
Oh, what are we going for Jimmy?
It is mostly Q.
It could still be the Jakiro switch.
And it's going to be offlane Magnus. Okay, so we're not going to have the Swindles offlane Jakiro as we did yesterday.
They do get the Fear Invoker though. Yep. So they've got some late game scaling potential.
Yeah, I like Fear Invokers. Again, that's the hero I remember him having some really nice games on.
Sure.
So though I think I mean I already like Complexity's lineup is just a million times better in game 2. Draft is much safer. A Lifestealer Magnus with an Invoker backing it up. I think you're happy, and as you mentioned, you know, it's really the teams turning on the head. Thunderbirds, the ones this time around being a little bit more experimental with the gyro, and we'll see what they do here for Weeha's pick as the final thing.
15 seconds of reserve time left.
10
Yeah.
They need to figure out what they're going to do.
Let's pick the Alchemist. It was banned up against them yesterday.
Yeah, they just go for the lane matchup.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. So the gyro being the big question here. See how Rezo is able to do on it this game.
Got a lot of like farming efficient heroes, Gyro, TA, both heroes that can farm through a lot of stacks. And for Complexity, it's going to, I mean, Complexity themselves don't have good ways to pressure the jungle, so this could turn into more of like a greedy game from both teams.
Is it enough for Complexity to tie the series?
The draft's a lot more well-rounded, stable, but ultimately I think we saw last game that Thunderbirds just seems to be the stronger team. So while I think their draft is maybe easier to play and execute, I'm going to go Thunderbirds in game number 2.
I think Complexity was just warming up. I mean, it is a Jakiro versus a TA, so we're going to see some easy refraction off. And rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to go with Complexity. I believe in that good draft. Go, boys.
I'm gonna stick with gods this time again. Thunderbirds. In previous game, Complexity just let me down. I don't want to go for them. I might regret that after the game. We're gonna find out. Game 2 coming up with OD Pixel and Punked.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the casting panel. I'm Salam here with Fogged, and we're ready to take you through the second game of the first series of the day. It is, of course, Complexity once again up against Thunderbirds. Which in the lineups, we've got ourselves a Gyrocopter. I've not seen one of those in a bit of a time. As you mentioned, a hero that's kind of getting a little buff after buff. He's getting himself back there. Is he enough back there to deal with a Magnus Jug lineup? I mean, it seems like it's a scary game for Rezo.
We'll see. I mean, it's a Rezo Gyro, and it's with a Warlock and with an Omni Knight. So they've got like the resources to kind of like boost the hero, like enable him a bit more, at least in that kind of thing. And they have good ways to defend their jungle as well, like Parker did mention. They have great ways to defend the kind of stacks, and I think that's going to play into favor. We're going to see a lot of farming coming up from Thunderbirds in this one.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting. I wonder if we can get us Mr. Statman on stats for Gyro, because yeah, for Resolution, I feel like that's probably one of his. Over the whole entirety of him playing Dota, that's got to be one of his most. Even though we've obviously recently he has not played a lot of it at all. In the long scheme of things, he was the go-to kind of CIS Gyro position 1 for a long time when Gyro was kind of at the top of it. When I guess back when Rezo was on Empire, was it Gyro was popular? Yeah.
I do think so.
It was the Empire days. He was pretty damn good on the hero. But yeah, we'll see how he does.
I'm interested to see it. I mean, they got
see what kind of build he goes for. And
it's got small buffs. Like the missile got buffed a little bit at the lower levels. It's like a 2.25 second stun at level 1.
Yeah.
The flak cannon, of course, got the most recent change as well with the 1250 radius on it. And then, of course, the whole reason that Gyro, well, not the only reason, but a reason that he fell off is because stacks were every interval minute, and now he can stack all the time all over the place. So he can actually farm potentially 3 different camps at the same time with flak cannon if he does it properly. So we'll see how efficient they are with it.
And they can get that vision laid out because they have a TA. If she starts laying the traps out in good position, if they practice this, there certainly could be something to watch here and take a note of how they do utilize the jungle and such. Oh, we do apologize. There was a short pause at the moment. I'm not sure. Did they say why? Or was
just a bunch of sad trombones.
Sad trombones, a few frogs coming out. Something in Chinese.
A badumch and a patience from Zhao.
Crickets. Yeah, and Weehaw, can you upgrade the curry? Can't at the moment.
I'm a pepperoni pizza, apparently.
Yes, being described as a pepperoni pizza. I mean, it's like an inverse pepperoni pizza, really, isn't it? Because unless it's a pepperoni pizza without the cheese, so it's just tomato base. But then, whose pepperoni is yellow? I would not eat a yellow pepperoni.
I would not either.
I would certainly not eat.
It is apparently Carnival Day, so I am a clown though.
It's bananas. There, more likely to be bananas on pizza, or maybe pineapple. Maybe.
Oh, pineapple.
Ring pineapple, but you just can't see the little ring.
It's kind of comfortable though.
It looks it. It's kind of silky.
So bad. It's like silky and stuff. It's nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
Things that happen during pauses.
How thin is it?
It's getting a little bit warm. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting a bit uncomfortable.
It doesn't look too kind of heavy.
But just. I have clothes on. I'm not naked.
He's not naked. He's not naked under it. I can confirm. But here we have it. The game now to kick off as we get to see can Thunderbirds make the gyrocopter work in 2017. What does he build? What does he go for? Will we see the Axe Gyro? Will it just be the statting up, the maybe a Razor-esque build as such, similar items that we've seen on Razor? Definitely fitting that of the gyrocopter.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the build's going to be. Like we've been hearing, of course, like beforehand, when Gyro wasn't very picked at all, people were talking about like the Aghanims build, where it can be pretty potent because you can get a lot of farm potential from that. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll just see the phase drum. Who knows? We'll see what Resolution wants to go for with this type of game. I think fighting early might be a pretty decent one because he wants to make space for the Templar Assassin, and they don't want to just go so greed. They want to be able to at least take some engagements. But now taking a look at the approach coming up from Complexity, they block the pull and they block the hard camp as well with 2 nicely placed wards.
Did the D-ward get in it?
No. Does not get either. So they're already trying to limit the stacking potential to boost the Gyrocopter's farm. And we'll see how it plays out.
There we go. So this is
21st.
Oh, only the 21st for Resolution.
57 players have more games than him. Silent has 100. Wow, Silent has 100.
I think no. Of course, I'm
Silent.
thinking of Silent. Yeah, I'm thinking of when Silent and Resolution were both on Empire. Yeah, it was
He was
Silent.
playing mid.
Resolution was
mid.
playing mid. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it's been a long day. We're only second game out of 6. But no, that was it. I'm thinking of Silent. Thanks for that. That's why we got the stat guys in on this one. They know the facts. I do not. Thanks for that.
So we're probably going to see Jimmy start out mid, just because Templar Assassin suffers a bit versus Jakiro in the early laning phase, just to help out the Invoker, because Invoker, of course, isn't really a great matchup versus Templar Assassin.
No.
Yep, Jimmy starting mid, and other than that, taking a look around. Does that ward actually block their own big camp? Yes, so Complexity blocked their own hard camp as well.
Okay, just to make sure what the...
So that Omni can't like
use it. And such, yeah. Okay. But yeah, this mid lane, we'll see how it goes down. Obviously, in game 1, Weehaw had a very strong opening against Firo. Matchup, as you mentioned already, with both supports putting their attention straight towards that mid lane.
And I think Firo is just much more comfortable on the Invoker.
Yeah,
like Parker touched on, the Zeus, he seemed like to be a little bit, just like he was doing some strange stuff in the laning phase, like going for the null right away at the start, which we haven't seen so often. But Invoker, this is one of his more played heroes.
With the backup of Demon, sure that Weehaw has trouble keeping that refraction up. But, should be a pretty good setup for Firo to have a strong start in the early few levels in this bit. What Misery can get done, start to eye at the middle just to provide a bit of backup for Weehaw with the presence of the Jakiro in the middle lane. The side blade's doing work though, forcing Firo back. It's got the salve and very well be forced to pop this very, very shortly. Aggressive play here from Weehaw. Come across again, just trying Weehaw at distance. Sure that he doesn't get too scary for Firo. These two safe lanes. Moo having to deal up with Moon once again. This matchup, the lifestealer, should he be fine here? I guess he's unlikely to be able to get him, but actually top lane. That's going to be where the action is. He will get the skewer, but they're chasing him down here with the rocket.
He did get the missile level 2.
Yeah, it's coming in. That missile is going to get the kill.
Yep.
Straight on target. Bam, there we go. Resolution on his gyro. First blood for the game. As so what skill buddies do? So just at the moment, 1 point in each. Oh, sorry, but yeah, the rocket barrage and the missile, and yeah, absolutely paid off.
It's an incredibly good laning tool. Like I saw some players go for like 2-2. You go 2 rocket barrage, 2 in missile, and then you just max out your flat cannon afterwards just to completely sustain your lane.
And mid lane.
Did Weehaw just get a solo kill?
Yeah, Misery came in as well.
Misery came afterwards.
Oh, did he?
The charge was after the kill was already had.
Oh, well, there we have it. We are.
So he went for the boots early on, and he had a DD rune. I guess he was just able to walk down.
On the great start for Firo. He had a tough time in game 1.
That's brutal. And, oh, the thing is though, is Firo is playing from home, so he's playing from Jordan, I want to say. So he should have.
Oh, is he?
I think so, right? So he should have a bit of a ping.
Wait, that is a long way away from America.
I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I do believe so.
Well, maybe see if we can find out on that, because that is a long way away.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, then certainly understandable why he's having issues. But he's not doing too bad in good legs. I mean, he's 12-8 against 13 for 3. He's not really falling behind. Apart from that death, so
he did go for double no build now too on the Invoker, so he's really trying to help his laning phase out.
See if we get some action here. The refraction will be out in time. Charge onto Firo from Misery, looking to hold him back. Double keep Weehaw safe.
Yep. They're just making moves around the map. Lifestealer versus Omni Knight. Omni Knight's gonna farm, but Lifestealer is gonna be a little bit ahead in that one. Just shooting the right clicks with the feast.
Too much trouble of going down unless a rotation catches either of them off. Levels certainly going to be there for both. Certainly going to be feeling safe coming into the lane. Resolution's Gyro, 18 for 14. And as we saw, I mean, with that missile, it's... I mean, as soon as that missile gets laid down on the ground, Swindlemelons has to get all the way back behind his tier 1.
Yeah.
And we're seeing at the moment, you know, he's just cleaning up some of the camps because it is a very hard lane for him to stay in. He's instantly going to get missiled. He can't do anything to take it down. It has to get out.
So Firo's ping is 172. So yeah, he is back.
Beautiful
he
stats.
Is at home.
Beautiful info. So 172, yeah, that's quite a bit to deal with, isn't it? Especially if you're playing against We Are in the middle lane.
Just in the mid lane at all. Playing with a ping discrepancy in the mid lane is very brutal.
But saying that,
Sunstrike. Just off the mark. Z-Freak now under the tower. Charge should be up in a second for Misery. They should be able to clean this one up.
They will get it indeed. Quick mail strike from Weehaw to seal the deal, and they'll punish Z-Freak. Trying to make that play. 3rd kill in a row now for Thunderbirds. Complexity find their first.
So Brezzo's just going to go through the standard build. I think it's just going to be like the max rocket barrage into max flat cannon build. He already zoned out the Magnus, so he doesn't need any more extra points of the rocket for that type of laning phase. But the 1 point is always value.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, it said all you need to zone and build it. It's done. It's certainly something that you can't just write off. Lands. Enough time for the rest of the team to do their work.
Misery putting some very deep wards in the enemy jungle just to watch the rotations coming out from the Earth Spirit and the Jakiro. Just trying to sustain for the Templar Assassin to have him have an even better start.
Yeah,
but Weehaw's doing very well.
Yeah, he's at the moment keeping on par with Firo. It's in a very even lane between the two of them in terms of finding the CS. And we saw, was it yesterday, Weehaw's TA? It was Weehaw playing the TA yesterday, where he actually had a really tough time in the lane, fell behind, but we did just see how well he utilized the Ancients and the jungling and get himself right back into the game. Yeah, it was up against SG Esports, where he got crushed by some early rotations, but brought it back. But this game, so far, as to say, minutes in, he's not been crushed in the mid lane. He's in a good place.
And he's got stacks as well, just to rely on. He has one double stacked Ancient for now.
I mean, I guess that's the question. Are you giving them to the TA or to the Gyro this game?
Top lane. Looks like they want to go for Swindle.
Away with this. They're looking to eye up the charge. Same time down bottom, you have got the two of them going in on the Omni Knight. Back is there. The Magnus will be fine. Bottom lane, Moon. Not going to be able to get it. Oh, we just get the purification off it. It's not going to be enough, though. Rotation comes in from Z-Freak to join forces with Demon and Moot. Complexity will grab themselves the kill.
Good early level of Ice Path there for Demon. Sometimes you do see people go for like the 2-0-2 build or whatever, but versus an Omni Knight, it's very relevant to have an early point in Ice Path, especially when you don't have too many stuns in your lane. Sure, they have the Earth Spirit, but he's been running around quite a lot.
Radiant's top tower.
Another charge now, coming out on mid lane. Firo getting dove up by the side traps as well.
We'll have some TP reaction coming in. They'll try and hop out Weehaw with the cold snap. And Weehaw now has to be careful. He's going to get caught out by the boulder smash under the tower. Refraction's back up. Looks to actually turn and start to punch back into the Magnus here. He's playing around on the edge of his life. Firo was able to finish off Misery down in the jungle. Weehaw still having to be careful. Actually, again, just turning towards the Earth Spirit. One more touch and he'll get the kill and he'll find it. Weehaw picks up the kill. Firo and Demon coming across here. He'll go for them out. All the ice bars just off the point. Weehaw
Rezo's coming in.
Breath.
Rezo's coming to help his buddy. They took out the top tower to
Refraction's
make the
back
rotation.
Up. Yeah, Weeha's just straight back off. He jumps out with one quick meld hit, goes back undercover, comes out with the second, and yeah, with that rotation from Rezo, they get the kill, keep Weehaw safe amongst it all. And yeah, just some very sweet play. Oh no! Ooh. If it had ended like that, that would have been a bit of a sad ending for Weehaw, but it doesn't. The damage isn't enough from the Sunstrike at this stage, and he'll be able to make a safe walk back to base.
So nice rotation though coming out from Rezo to bail his buddy out a bit,
yeah,
and also take an early tier 1 tower. That gives him a lot more freedom to farm his jungle nicely on the gyrocopter.
Why is it? No. To game resolution with the cooldown. Clearing the camps, we'll be picking up the Sange as a first.
Yeah, maybe he'll just go for the SNY build.
I mean, I wonder if he goes for the but dare I say the loader Jaro. He was the one who would always go for Sange into BKB. He would just pick up the Sange as a casual.
I think when he has an Omni Knight, he doesn't want to rush the BKB so early for himself. Probably. I mean, the Sange is still a good pickup.
I guess
we'll see what he wants to do.
Halberd wouldn't be that bad this game, would it?
Halberd's decent.
Halberd's pretty nice.
Pretty good versus Lifestealer.
Is that me?
I think that might be.
Sorry.
So some crowd. It's okay. Z-Freak
caught in the river.
Pressure.
Yeah, Weehaw picks up another. Already, what, 4-0-1. He is a very good time. They've been unable to kill him as well. We've seen Complexity come in a few times towards the mid lane, trying to do some out the TA. They're unsuccessful. Turn it around straight back upon them. Very tricky to deal with. Go on him again. Can they get away with it this time? They will burn another. Look at he just turns back. He just goes back in. He knows the limits of this hero. And he just walks straight back up into the Invoker, into the Jakiro. I mean, Weehaw, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm saying, he knows exactly what he can and can't do on this hero. In that situation there, where an Invoker and a Jakiro are closing in on him, he just walks back up into them. Even though his refraction charge is ticking down and he knows with a quick meld strike, he could just dispatch that Invoker in a couple of seconds.
I mean, he's so farmed and leveled at this point. Like, he's almost level 10 on this Templar Assassin because of the kills that he's gotten. It's a massive problem for Complexity. Moo now getting some pressure on him. He's going to have to use the defensive Infest. They're going to be able to get this creep down, though.
Stick around if they want to try and play them, but it is a tough kill. It's two. They can kind of bash him around a little bit, but instead of actually finishing up, that's the question. Here we go now in the mid lane. And I like that as well. Look, the refraction comes out. He's got no refraction up, but he knows that he can just walk in already the trap, so that scares them. Jimmy's out of mana. He's already popped down the liquid fire, and then bam. The Pearl's there to allow Weehaw to stick up and not have to worry about anyone holding up in return. And Moon enabling him at the end of it, just to have the second one. 6-0-1 now, I imagine.
Yeah,
it's scary.
It's a level 4 and a level 7 trying to go up against like a almost level 9 Templar Assassin with Treads, Aquila, Blight Destroying. Like, he's already at such a big advantage over them, both of them. Bottom lane now, Moo getting more pressure onto him.
Yep, just have backup there with the team. They'll roll forward. And the rest of the Thunderbirds coming in. See if they can get away with this. Z-Freak and Moo falling down low. So actually gets the double there with the rock being dropped. Moo trying for the TP out. Is he going to find it in the sidelines? He will just in time. Still, Complexity losing 2 for that. Thunderbirds coming in with their full force. Resolution down here as well, ready to go. And ready to start to make some big movements here as the full 5-man.
That was a very crisp rotation. Nice little wraparound coming up from Rezo. Getting that big call down with the Fatal Bonds.
Nice indeed.
And this is looking super problematic because Complexity's heroes, they take time. Like Magnus is a hero that takes an extremely long time now, especially with the recent changes to be able to get that Blink Dagger when he's being played in the offlane. He's not going to have it for quite a long time. Invoker needs a lot of time, And as well as Lifestealer, especially when you're playing versus an Omni Knight, you suffer quite heavily versus all this.
Yeah, absolutely. They get one jump on you, and suddenly it's very hard for you to react. Resolution will be caught out here, though, as he makes a waltz through the jungle.
Ooh,
and does, unfortunately for himself, find himself walking into the full lineup of them. Sacks it gets out just in time.
First Infest Bomb. That's the way to get back in the game, is use these Infest and just catch people out of position.
But still, Weeheart definitely the one to be worried about. We saw in game 1 his Tinker getting pretty out of control very early on. Again here in game 2, the same story to be said for his TA play. 6.2, how's he doing on the item front?
He's got Deso.
He's got the Deso. There we have it. Deso complete. Massive. 12 minutes in.
Level 12 as well.
That's, as you keep saying, the experience really is the big difference there.
So it looks like Rezo is going to just go for the full SNY. That mobility kind of build, especially versus Lifestealer, being able to peel away. And then he also gets, the 225 health talent at 10. So he is actually quite durable versus the side of complexity. I believe Firo now has his Midas finished up on the Invoker, so a bit late, 13 minutes, but he is getting heavily pressured in the mid lane just because of those turnarounds from Weehaw. But Weehaw gets a DD with the Deso, walks into the Roche pit.
Perfect Roche time. I mean, what do you just stop? They do have a few of them in the neighborhood, but I just don't think they're going to assume that it's going to be taken down as quickly as it is with that DD on the TA.
Giffrey gets his level 6 though, gets the Magnetize online in the mid lane. They can try to go in, but I think it's very dubious for them to try to contest this. Yeah, they will come in now, but the Aegis has already been picked up by Weehaw. They'll come in with the RP, but where's the follow-up damage here? Thunderbirds keep themselves alive. The GA comes out. Weehaw just chasing Thunderbirds back here. A Demon, Complexities, they're losing one. They're going to lose a second. Again, it's just this TA, they can't control Weehaw. He's slowing them down with the traps, allowing Thunderbirds to chase forward for more. Do they have detection? Doesn't look like they do, so Firo will get out. But it's just an attempt coming in, just a fraction too late there from Complexities. They tried to put a stop to that Roshan attempt, but it was unsuccessful. And now 14 minutes in, coming up to an 8k gold lead for Thunderbirds. I mean, they tried to go in, the Roche had already died, and they tried to commit to try to go for like some big fight. I don't think if they knew that Chaotic Offering was back online too, but Thunderbirds had pretty much all of their tools to be able to take that engagement. And I mean, with such an over-farmed Templar Assassin, it was kind of just cleanup city for Weehaw. And he's going to be closing in on that Blink Dagger soon. He's about to be level 14 on Templar Assassin. So
I tell you, he's having a good day today already. And this is not the only series they're playing as well, is that they've got another one up.
Yeah. Oh, if he finds one of these supports here, he can just decimate them with a double melt hit.
He's feeling the Dota 2 today. And there we have it. 1, 2. Boulder Smash. C3 will get out of there. Can they punish this? This would be
very alone.
Pretty nice to pop that Aegis here. He'll turn towards Melons. Melons gets the skewer back. They still have to be careful how they control this TA. They'll disarm him. They'll bring him down once. Now the backup comes in. Misery with the ultimate. But has to back away. And if they can take him down a second time here, this would be pretty huge, but look who it is. Resolution turning up just in time to save the TA. Z-Freak rolls himself out of there. He'll be fine. For Firo, the same, unfortunately, can't be said for him as they run him down with the Rocket Barrage. SNY now complete on Resolution. And we saw that if they were able to kill Weehaw, that would have been huge, but that they aren't at the end of the day. Well, obviously, other than just popping the Aegis. And still things remain in a pretty tough situation for Complexity this game too. 10k net worth behind, it's going to be even more so with this tower potentially going down. They'll put the fortification out. But Thunderbirds have no worry sticking around and making sure they get the finishing blow there. And there is your blink for the TA.
I'm not really seeing the windows for Complexity to come back. They have to just wait for Mag Blink Dagger pretty much in order to take these engagements. He's relatively close to it though.
What's he on at the moment?
He's at 1800. Okay, 1900, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can get an RP, things can certainly still swing back. You have that Magnus +1 melee core lineup that can be very good at swinging a game back round. But then we have so Firo has already playing with Complexity. He's got a couple of wins on this this server situation with the ping that he has.
Yep.
And that's what I remember for. 9 for free with Bears, one of his most played lifetime heroes. And there we have it. The Invoker, as it seems to recall, was definitely the one. Definitely the hero for Firo.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, this game's been tricky for him. Going up against Weeha in the mid lane, Weeha had a very, very solid laning stage. And yeah, just the utilization of the jungle and such, the farming, has put him on just another plateau.
Oh, Moo might be in trouble in mid. Is he going to get caught by the charge? He is! Oh, he's dead.
Tell you what, that TP looked like it nearly got off. He was TPing for a long time. Firo there with the morale boosting. Don't give up. Indeed, and they certainly shouldn't, because this game, unlike game 1, Complexity do have ways to get themselves back in. They've got an RP. Blink Dagger, I want to say, have they now got it on the Magnus?
Yeah, he should have it finished up.
He should have it. He's got it. So.
Oh, they stopped Firo's TP.
Oh,
Firo's
no.
going to die as well. Do they have reveal this time for him? They don't again.
They don't, where's the detection, Thunderbirds?
They've got a sentry. He's actually...
Oh, he's going to walk into the sentry.
Wait, did you see what Rezo is?
Wait, what's going on here?
I believe he got skewered into the base. And then I think Swindle DC'd as he was trying to RP him and lock him down in the base.
Wait, this could be good, though, because they don't need to RP him. So that DC could have saved Swindles from RPing. But now he can reassess the situation.
He's pretty tanky. He's got 1500 HP. They don't have great damage coming out from these heroes.
I feel like RP or not, they probably actually aren't going to kill him. Like, I feel like he can get out of this.
Firo's going to walk back into the sentry ward that they do have placed as well. So he is invis right now, but...
Yeah, Firo, don't do it, buddy.
He's going to walk back into it.
Buddy.
He's going to do it.
Through that sentry.
He's definitely going to.
Your home is not a safe place, Firo.
All right, let's see.
Let's see if his game says he's like, they may have a sentry here.
I think Rezo...
Go the other way.
I think Rezo's probably going to die. They have magnetized... Let's see.
I think he can stay still. Yeah, Firo knows.
Oh, no.
Look, Firo backs off. He's not going to go into the sentry. He's a smart man. Swindles still has that RP.
Oh, my God. If Rezo's...
There's a good chance for an RP there because Swindles do something big. If Swindles can get the RP, there is a missile on him. That is going to cause issues for the RP that Complexity need. And he will take the missiles to the head. The tier 3 to fall. If Swindles can get a big RP, this could be absolutely huge.
They're spaced super well, though. Look at Moon's positioning.
What can he do? Oh, no! He's got one of them. He will get the skew onto the TA as well, but I don't think it's good enough. An RP on one is not going to be what brings you back into this game. As the GA comes out, Moo will infest into creep, keep himself alive. Firo drops the meatball. Weeha, though, turns quick with a mail strike onto Moo. In fact, Moo just gets taken down here by the raw damage of the TA. Weeha blinking forward, looking for more. A melt strike to take Firo off the face of this planet. And they're all dead indeed. It's certainly looking to be a Swindles. Ooh, we'll get the skew onto the Omni into the fountain. So they'll hold on here, Complexity.
If Complexity wasn't at such a net worth disadvantage, that could have actually been a very good fight for them. But being 20,000 gold behind at this point, they already they're already super durable on all their heroes. Level 15 Templar Assassin, Warlock with a Buckler. Omni Knight was able to just walk in and get his Guardian Angel on both the Gyrocopter and the Templar Assassin after the RP skewer. And they're just too far ahead at this point for those type of combos to go into Complexity's favor.
And as you said as well, just really nice positioning there from Thunderbird, making it very hard for Swindles to get the RP that he wanted. You know, he went in and tried, and it was they were literally on the edge, like a couple of steps in the other direction, and he would have got the RP to really swing the flow of the game around. But as we saw, they're just catching one of them is not going to be enough at this stage. You have to get those big RPs, but it's not easy for him.
And we touched on it a bit too, is like the counter initiation factor coming out from the Warlock, from the Omni Knight. If you do get the RP and it's not on the exact heroes that you need it to be, there's just so many different ways for them to turn the fight around. And yeah, of course, being 20,000 gold ahead definitely helps.
Well, we'll see if he has the chance to have another attempt, and almost certainly will. The next high ground push, that will be when Complexity once again look towards Swindles to get one of these game-changing RPs.
Charge coming out.
Yeah.
Who's that one onto?
Looks like it's just for the creeps. Okay. Getting himself out of mid lane. Weeha. C3, but they do have the boulder smash. Swindles tried to jump forward looking for a skewer back, but they couldn't quite get the blink past the TA. Hook wouldn't have been there with the skewer.
They're getting all the auras up on Thunderbirds. They're trying to close this game out as fast as possible. Vlad's finished up on Spirit Breaker. The Buckler into a mech coming... actually, just a plain Buckler on Saksa. Mech finished up on Moon Meander.
Radiant's top tower.
And then now full BKB finished up on Resolution. So he's got his own tool to defend himself versus all that magic damage that Complexity does have. He's in.
Swindles came forward there to shock wave, the creep wave. will be able to skewer out there. In fact, dodging the chaotic offering, keeping himself alive. Back to base he goes. He'll live through this. Z-Freak won't be as lucky. Resolution just charging forward with the BKB. Moo will chunk into him, and Resolution actually getting brought down very low. Has to back off. Swindles comes forward, but immediately Weehar's there. Takes down the Magnus. Swindle now down for 45. He will buy back into the game here. Firo with the combo, trying to slow down Thunderbirds' siege. Swindle's looking to get in position. Again, the trap slowing him down. They've got vision on him. They know where he is. It's very hard for this Magnus to find the position that he needs to. And we'll be at buyback expended. They'll hold Thunderbirds off for a little bit of a time, but they don't get the kills that they really need to.
Yeah, Thunderbirds committed a majority of their ultimates. Like even like Spirit Breaker ult, like Warlock ult, Omni Knight ult, everything, and the BKB from Gyrocopter. So as soon as Swindle buys back, they just reset, and now they're gonna wait for next Roche and clean the game up when they have their Assault Curse finished up on Templar Assassin.
No need to rush it when they have that lead that they have 25,000 net worth.
Firo though might be in some trouble here. Do they have reveal for him this time again? It doesn't look like oh, but he gets the bash. Is it gonna be enough? No,
where's the reveal fogged? Come on, Misery. Get yourself some dust, boy.
He has the smoke, you know, he's just like... Those are just kills though. That wouldn't lead to like a massive kind
of...
For sure,
it's
thing.
like, we don't need to guarantee kills on the Invoker at this stage because of the lead we have.
They should have reveal.
Where's the reveal?
Yeah.
I don't even see it. Have we seen a single dust being purchased this game? I kind of feel like we haven't from them.
I saw some sentries.
There's been sentries. There have been sentries.
For the D-wards.
But yeah, definitely not the biggest of worries for Thunderbirds here. Sure, it'd be nice to knock down the Invoker once again, but definitely not the thing that's holding them away from getting the victory.
Yeah,
they do have such a lead at this stage, 20-5.
They're full kind of like suffering or suffocating them at this point. They're just kind of farming like majority of the map, taking the enemy jungle. Complexity is now going for a... I haven't said in a while, the Complexity smoke, right? They're going for the smoke outside of the base, trying to find a big fight for themselves because they're just feeling, of course, you know, they're 25,000 gold behind.
Yeah, they need the RP. They need Swindles to do something insane.
The scan catches them, though.
We are hiding in the Roshan pit. They will spot him out. They will let it go now. Z-Freak will be the one to suffer here. Swindles will get caught by the bash by. He'll back off, looking to reposition. Can he get the jump? Oh, no! He gets in, but he misses the skewer. Now there's a missile coming his way. He's been slowed down as they jump forward with Weehar, take down the Magnus, 4 dead on Complexity, and they are all dead indeed, Moon. And Thunderbirds, can they get through it? Do they have detection?
they smoked for him again.
Have detection.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
They stand by their 1 sentry ward, and they're like, hopefully he walks here. But no, that's a very desperate play coming up for Complexity, trying to do what they can, but being at such a deficit, it's...
On the plus side, they didn't use RP, so it will be there when he's back up in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sorry. But the same can't be said for some of their buildings, as they are certainly going to take heavy damage as Thunderbirds are coming in with this push. Weehar jumping forward, looking for Z-Free, who rolls back the base. Is he going to make it? He will be able to regen up in the fountain.
Oh, dies the rocket.
Oh, did the rocket kill him? Oh, okay,
then they called GG.
Yeah, they called GG there. It's, you know, you can't let Z-Freak be bullied anymore by that rocket spam. Just get him out of there.
Yeah.
There we have it. The game 2, surprisingly as well, more dominant of a performance than game 1 was, I want to say, from Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
That was even more clinical. Weehar just seems to be absolutely on form recently. His mid lane has been great, and Resolution doing it on the Gyro. It's kind of like the old style Gyro that we'd like to see played, where he's not just sitting AFK farming, he's moving around the map, getting himself involved. And as we saw, you know, as great as again Weehar had, Rezo was bailing Weehar out in a few situations. He turned up just in time with the